Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, cheaper TV packages coming to YouTube TV, Fubo, Hulu, and more. We'll tell you what we know and what's happening there. Spectrum has unveiled cheaper internet packages. This is the growth of cord cutting 2.0 and why 5G home internet, even if you don't want it, is benefiting you. Also, more professional sports teams are coming to free over-the-air TV. Why is this happening? Where is it happening? And how is this being impacted by the world of cord cutting? These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, I'll put a link to each one in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinion. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. We would really appreciate it. With that said, let's dive into it. So we've been talking a lot about the DirecTV story. What is a little less known about its deal with Disney is this sets a precedent for others to get similar deals. Much like how Disney and Spectrum striking a deal to bring its streaming services to Spectrum customers, opening the floodgates for others to do that. There's increasing talk that other companies are looking at demanding similar deals from Disney, including streaming services. Now, we don't know which ones, but it is being reported, according to sources I've talked to, that a streaming service like YouTube TV, Fubo, and Hulu and others are now going to demand that Disney give them the ability to have smaller, cheaper bundles, just like DirecTV just won. Now with this, DirecTV has the ability to offer small sports-focused bundles with just sports channels, news channels, entertainment channels, and the like. With this, now they need to get other providers to grant them the same rights, but they got Disney. That's a big step forward. I fully expect, I should say, I apologize, that this will be coming to YouTube TV, Fubo, and others very soon. We do know that quite a few years ago, YouTube TV said they wanted to do this. They wanted to offer smaller, skinnier bundles. At the time, the problem is you got to get the cable provider network owners to sign on and agree to the deal. Now, will they agree to it? Will they not? We'll have to wait and see. But keep an eye on this. How you watch TV, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but let me be very clear. How you watch TV when it comes to these massive bundles of live TV streaming services has changed forever. The catch here is it's just not going to happen overnight. For one, this is a major one. Getting Disney on board and agreeing to these kind of bundles is great. Now we have to get others on board. We have to see what the final price is and more. But they'll be skinnier, they'll be smaller. But you'll still get the big package. If you really do want all these, you still can do it. Now, Sling TV's kind of been doing this for a little while. They got their core package of channels, and then you can build add-ons on top of it to get other specific channels, like their sports add-on, their news add-on, and the like. It's a step in the right direction. It's not a la carte TV, but it's a little bit more flexible TV. That's going to be coming to more and more places soon. We'll keep a close eye on this. Let me know. Are you excited for these kind of deals? We'll see. I suspect it'll take a couple years before we fully see this roll out and we get to see the fruit of this deal. These things take time. Be patient. I know a lot of people want to know when are they coming, what's the price, what's the channel lamp. We just don't know yet. But I got a feeling we'll know here in a few years. All right, cord cutting 2.0. Now, cord cutting 1.0 was canceling cable television. 2.0 has been canceling their internet service and completely breaking free from cable TV for things like satellite internet, 5G, and new fiber providers. And yes, I do understand I always get a comment from a few people, while in my area it's not available. Well, at least Starlink is most likely, and soon Amazon's home internet from space too. But increasingly, these services have been taking a big bite out of cable TV. Both Comcast and Spectrum have been losing internet subscribers on top of losing TV subscribers. Now with this, we're seeing that put pressure on them. Recently, Comcast launched a cheap Internet Now plan that gave them the ability to offer cheap internet to compete with 5G home internet. Now Spectrum is doing the same with a $30 plan. Now this $30 plan here will get you $500 down. If you bundle it with either Spectrum Mobile, get your cell phone from them, or their video lines. You can also get gig for $40 a month when you bundle with 2 lines of mobile or voice video service. Now, again, with this, you still are kind of not the greatest deals, but honestly, those wireless plans aren't bad, something to consider, but we're seeing a change. For years and years, internet prices just went up, and that was the thing. Oh, well, you're saving money on TV, but they're just going to get you on the internet. Well, now there's real competition. You're seeing things for $30, $40 a month for gigabit unlimited internet when you get 2 mobile lines, you and your spouse, maybe you and your kids, whatever it may be. That's some good pricing. That's a reversal of what's happening here, and this is being driven by one thing only. The loss of internet subscribers to these new providers, primarily 5G home internet. Can't take out Starlink, can't take out fiber. I now have 2 fiber options where I live. Just this year, a new fiber company came down my neighborhood and ran fiber to the main hubs and started offering it in the neighborhood. With that put pressure on Comcast and Spectrum. They don't like losing both TV and internet customers. They're responding. Look for a price war to come soon. All right, in Chicago, if you live there, good news. The Chicago Bulls, the White Sox, and the Hawks games are coming to free over-the-air television. Yesterday, it was announced that the new Chicago Sports Network, which launches on October 1st, replacing NBC Sports Chicago, or whatever they call that, RSN, will now not only be streaming online through some different places, reportedly starting to deal with DirecTV and DirecTV Stream. We'll see if that becomes official. But will also air for free on over-there TV with antenna on either channel 62.2 and 62.3. Now this will bring these games back to broadcast television in a very long time. This joins a growing movement of professional sports teams bringing their games to free over-there television. We recently heard that was happening in Texas, also out of Dallas. Why? Well, they want to reach as many people as possible. With RSN struggling and failing, and we'll see if Valley Sports ever gets out of bankruptcy. And that's far from a guarantee right now, but they're working hard on that. Well, these companies are increasingly looking at, hey, what are we going to do? Many are turning this, saying, hey, the fat paycheck from RSN and cable is great, but it limits who can watch our games. We want to go back to broadcast and streaming because we want to bring in a new generation. We need that next generation of fans and followers who will love what we do and watch it and become a fan and pay for our merchandise, our game tickets, and more. And to do that, they're going back to broadcast television. We'll see how this plays out, but very interesting to see things coming full circle, we'll call here, going back to antenna TV. If you don't have an antenna, you may be missing out. Where I live, I get over 50 free over-the-air channels. I get it. That's not for everybody. When I cut the cord, when I lived in Missouri, I received 0. Even with a roof-mounted antenna, didn't get anything. But over 90% of Americans will receive at least some over-the-air channels. There's many websites out there that will tell you what you can expect to get before you buy an antenna. But I'll tell you this, right now, consider it. There's a lot of good content there, and increasingly, even professional sports coming back to over-the-air television. All right, do you enjoy those Zen Moments on YouTube? Those little quick videos that they play when they don't have quite enough ads to fill the entire ad block before the commercial breaks over? Well, many of those are on YouTube, but there are sources out there of similar videos that are hours long. Discovery has a bunch of content dedicated to this, as do other channels, from 3 to 6 hour long videos. I know people really love this. Put something interesting on the TV, relaxing, some Zen moments. Check it out if you want to learn more how to watch those on demand where you want. We have a link to some of them in our story on YouTube, so you can watch them for free. All right, the Pac-12 network is expanding. There are reports of what that means for TV rights. They're adding a bunch of new teams. Not Pac-12 network, the Pac-12 conference. Pac-12 network is no more. I apologize. Now, there are reports out there that they are could expand their current agreements with Fox and the CW to put more of their games there. Very interesting to see the CW diving further and further into sports. With this, I've said this before, one of the few things people actually watch live on TV still is sports, and that drives higher ad revenue because when you watch it live, you can't fast forward through the commercials. And that's why we see things like True TV turning into a sports network for Warner Brothers Discovery, and the CW heavily focusing on sports. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But there's rumors of other potential deals out there too, which includes Warner Bros. Discovery potentially getting there, and even the return of the Pac-12 network as a direct-to-consumer streaming option for some of the smaller sports. We see that with like the Big Ten Plus network bringing non-major, I would hate this, don't want to say, sports that you don't typically see on TV, now streaming online. TNT and Max have also been listed as potential suitors as they look to expand their sports lineup. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out and where these sports teams land. Hey, it's a new week. That means a lot of new content on different streaming services. Every week we post what's new on major streaming services. If you want to see what's new on Netflix this week, I put a link to that in the show notes. Make sure to watch or check out CoreCarsNews.com to find out even more. Well, that's it for today. Take care. Be safe. I'm going to be back again tomorrow. Voice is starting to fail. No Q&A today. I answered a few in the comments. Keep your questions coming. Start off with a question for Luke. I'll do my best to answer them. I'm about 90-some% better on the voice, but not 100%. I thank you, everybody, for last week as you dealt with my voice being very weak. I really appreciate it. Until next time, take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.